Welcome everyone to the 245th weekly MLP live drawing critique stream. Haha, we'll never get that right, thank you. It's November 10th, and it's 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, not standard. Yeah, listen, we're bad at this stuff. Just believe us that we're somewhere on time, in some time zone.
We are existing here right now. It's the important part.
I had Allie do this because I was sitting in the lab at work inside of a bus that was driving around going, oh yeah, I should do this. Oh no, no internet. Oh no! And then, I never got out of the bus.
I did the brave thing and copy-pasted to the most minimal degree.
That is what I do. It's fine. People only caught it just before we started, so it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
So, as always...
We'll do even more mistakes next week.
Even more mistakes. So, let's just start off at the top of the list, because we haven't actually started at the top of the list of people in a long time. We got Allie Claw, with no special roles sticking around, except for the fact that her name is still Pink. Looking at you.
It's don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's majestic.
We got a Q pencil case, who still seems very festive.
I am. I'll just pretend it's red and white, and I'm ready for Christmas.
It's one of those pilgrim hats.
I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about it. I'm saving you here.
It's all good. And then we got Fluffy's Eye.
Hello.
Hi. And then last but certainly not least, we got Pixie Nop.
Hello there. It is 11:11 a.m. AEST, and I won't take any other time then.
It is 11:11 right now.
Make a wish.
Well, it's 23:11 for me, so no wish.
It's 11:11.
And
I wish for friends to be happy and
Slater.
safe.
Gloria Slater, living good. Welcome.
All hail the zombie.
Yay!
Yeah.
And I don't wish for LD to be happy and healthy. I wish for him just to be happy, but because he's undead, so he can't be healthy. So I just want him to be who he is, but happy.
That's right. He can have 3 Snicker bars with dinner.
Yes. I gotta have that in the next 40 minutes, or else I'm not allowed to eat anymore.
Oh no.
So let's do this. Speed round.
I'm shipping it express.
Shipping it express. I will take some Snicker bars. I didn't get any for Halloween because I didn't see them on the shelves.
Aww.
Wait, aren't they Nestle? Is Snickers Nestle?
I don't.
This is important.
And I'm not shipping them at all.
I think they're Hershey. I'm pretty sure they're Hershey.
I think everything's Snicker. I think everything's Nestle at the end.
Mars.
Chocolate orange, isn't it Cadbury's?
Okay, who owns Mars?
Oh, Cadbury, that's the one, yeah.
Hershey owns Mars.
Okay, then we're fine. We're fine. Hershey's is less bad. I will not give Nestle any money, ever. They can go to hell.
Okay.
No.
Whoa.
Well, they're evil. But anyway.
Whoa!
Straight
No,
up
they actually are. They're a very terrible company, honestly.
Straight up. Do not give them money.
I think they're pronounced Nestle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just have to say it.
And with that political agenda stated, let's start off with our first picture. Top left-hand corner. Because even though Fluffy's Eye is here, preferential treatment totally doesn't apply.
Aww.
No, after it is Nestle.
LD is bullying me.
Milky Bar is Nestle. No.
You can't.
My
You
life.
I'm so sorry, CPC.
Are we gonna get off chocolate ever?
Kit Kat
No.
is Nestle.
This is a
Not in
stream,
the
folks.
US.
If you wanted art done, then sorry, we're not doing that today.
But if you wanted a political agenda of which, it's not political. No, this is a social agenda of which chocolate bar company to support. Here's your stream.
Not Nestle.
Not Nestle. Hershey's is only marginally better, but I mean, if you gotta fight your evils.
I'm gonna be real here. All corporations are shit. The end.
Yeah, but I need
Ali, what a hot take.
I
You're
know.
gonna get banned.
nerds, nerd gambles, and nerds ropes are all necessary.
Uh,
Turtles, whatever that is, all turtles are now.
Ban all turtles. Throw them into the ocean.
All right, guys.
Sorry,
Let's
this
get back to art.
isn't like a drawing stream as much as it's a critique stream. If you got pictures you'd like to have critiqued, feel free to fire it towards our face and we'll critique that. Unfortunately, we don't take commissions, but mostly people in our...
I do.
Yeah.
Commission me.
Yeah, you can commission Cube Pencil Case. Fluffy's, are you still taking commissions?
No, right now.
Alec, how about you?
I'm a bit
Me,
full
me.
with my commitments.
All right.
Me.
Ali,
So choose Cube Pencil Case or Ali. Pixie, you don't take commissions, do you?
No,
Okay.
not yet. One day.
who are you responding to?
They PM'd
Someone
me,
asked
so
you
I'm
what?
just calling them out
Oh,
because it's easier. They're asking if I take commissions.
I mean, I get like 50 million like, do you take commissions? Questions a day. So
Remember to continue sending those messages to them.
So this first picture
Nice.
is an animation thing,
Yeah,
but we can't view the animation in Picato. I mean,
What?
Aggie. So we are here.
that's got to
In
be Aggie's
general.
next feature.
Yeah. In general, I really like the whole sense of animation and everything. It's got like a really cool, bouncy kind of vibe. It sort of snaps between the two positions really well. I think the only things that I would look at, and could 100% just because it's a fun, silly little animation, but you can make the ear shape a little bit more interesting. So instead of the there's this thing that has been drawn.
That's me.
Instead of the line being down here somewhere, you could have the line something like that.
There's
I
all
like
sorts of
doing-
different ways to do it. It's really fun to be creative with ear shapes.
Yeah.
Also,
I
could
like-
LD like shove the GIF or whatever onto the OBS like real quick while we're
Yeah, I
actually
did.
critiquing the still image?
Totally already.
Oh,
did.
sweet.
I like this kind of a shape just because like this bit tucking in to the middle of the ear sort of feels really cool to me. And you could add some definition to the neck, just make it like tapered down to the bottom because the whole chest thing is here and all that sort of stuff. But you know, all good. In general, I really like it and how it moves and everything. Good job, awesome.
I always used to draw my ears the other way around. This is not a very good color. What's my normal color? Okay, like how I saw them in the show, when they'd just be like this with a little line. I always sort of saw it more like this. That's also a very terrible color. I saw it like this, like it was sort of like a 3D, like sort of pudgy thing like that, and like the middle bit was like a fold between like two sort of hills, rather than it being like the opening. So that's how I like doing it now. You know, there's different ways of doing the ears, and I sort of tools. Give me my pen. I found a way that I like doing them. I do like a little halfway between like having the open ear and closed pudgy ear. Do like a little sort of open slit like that. It's fun. It's fun to experiment. My friend Court Awesome does really lovely ears as well. You should check her out.
I think looking at the animation, back to there, I almost want, like, I would add a few more frames maybe and continue to laugh for more than just like one or two little giggles there. I don't know, something about like I don't see them like what's the pre-action. I don't see them going to like inhale to start laughing. They're just kind of like smile to like it looks like a sneeze almost.
It's a snicker. You know?
Well, still, like you'd still have like a there's like a light pullback, but like if you're gonna like laugh, there's still that like you breathe in a second, you know.
Fair.
You don't just
Yeah.
you don't exhale with no breathing in, sort of.
I could see that. So just a little bit more of a wind up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be large, but even something with the facial expression, like
Mm.
starting the smile where the cheek kind of puffs up, like air's coming in, or something to
like
emphasize that instead of just
I
going
do
from.
like she sort of like leans back a little bit before the laugh, so like that's basically just like have that sort of like go on like a few frames longer. She leans back a bit more with the smile sort of stretching in, and then go into the laugh, and that I think can work. Yeah, could work quite nicely.
Mm-mm.
Animation is tricky to experiment with though, but it can work, I think.
Maybe like even if you had like another couple of frames that'll lean back, you can have like, the mouth open just the tiniest little bit, and then like maybe like a little bit of like a scrunchie so the nose or something like that could like express some interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I really like how this outside bit of the face shape changes when it goes down. I really like that.
Yeah.
Job.
Yeah. And I like the little bounce you have, like, for the laugh itself. Like, I think you have some nice secondary movements going on there.
Mm.
Animation is very tricky to sort of bring together, but I think you did a nice job.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Next picture.
Right beneath this one. You might
right
know
beneath.
this artist from such places as Talking in Your Ear right now. Well,
Whoa.
not right now, but slightly earlier. It's Fluffy's Eye. Hey, Fluffy.
What? Who? Who's Fluffy's Eye?
Me. I am Fluffy's Eye all along. Let me pull off my mask.
The plot twist.
The fluff explodes out of the mask. Oh no, it's happening!
Do you have any questions for us in particular on this one?
Nothing in particular. Just I wanted second opinions on the body, the legs. I'm not very confident with sitting poses or like back shots, so just wanted to make sure that I've put everything where it should be. Or if you guys think anything needs to be moved or anything like that.
So,
Angry sun. Earth has been replaced with an angry sun.
I like the legs, good. Tilted away makes a lot of sense because she's got her hooves down there. The tail makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Hers is sort of quite like a bouncy back sort of tail anyway. I was thinking if it's like resting on the ground, then like it's kind of like a ball of cotton candy, and I wasn't really sure how it would like drape. Plus, I felt like it would help maybe to make sure that the back of the body was shown to show that she was sitting. But you think it would work
I
even
think
if it was
you could
covered up?
totally make this work with just maximum fluffage. Just
I feel like, yeah, even like the start of the tail, like if you give her a big circular puff, like say this is like the I'm just drawing over here, so that's like what's going on. Like you just start the fluff real big here, and then you have fun going from there, and you can just block off the connection point.
I honestly I see a leg and I see just squiggles.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can define it a bit more.
But Pinky looks very good.
No, her eyes are burning. What is happening? Is that you, CTC?
Someone drew an angry sun and she's looking at it.
Yeah, don't look right at the sun, even if you're Pinkie Pie.
Your eyes will catch on fire.
I think that the thing that stood out to me when I first saw it is this specific little space here between the thing, the hair, and the ear.
Yes.
I don't know, maybe like another little tiny thing there or something. Just a
I
just a
see.
touch. Just a tiny touch.
Yeah. Coolio.
Just
That
because
makes
it feels
sense.
like the ear is a bit less connected to.
I do also agree with Maze. The butt sort of is hovering. Like, there's no indication she's on the ground. And let's be honest, with the amount of candy she eats, she's going to have a badonkadonk.
I never know how to do like sitting poses. Like that always happens when I draw pony sitting because I don't know how to figure out the hock of the leg and how that's supposed to go, and then it ends up going lower than the butt.
The hock's still right. I would just take your butt and align it with the bottom of that hawk. And what's going to happen is you're just going to square out the butt. Because, you have a cat, right?
Squish.
Do you have a cat?
Yes.
Okay, so when you put your cat down on a table, watch what happens to her belly. Because all cats are a little pudgy, right? I assume.
They're very liquid.
Yeah, and it sort of like expands out. Same idea if you take like, I don't know, a water balloon or something and place it down, it goes bleh. Now, there's a few more
Don't
bones
place
in
it down
there.
next to your
draw my
cat, or
squishy
there might
snakes.
be a disaster.
Oh yeah.
Your cat's going to be a great reference for this, though. But yeah, just squish out
She
the
won't
butt,
sit still.
because butts are squishy. Even if, unless if she's been like riding a bike for years on end, and she's got a
God.
butt so firm that she could drive nails with.
Well, I mean, Itosh's logo was always Pinkie Pie in the chat.
Yeah, this is true.
But maybe.
Now it's like a bird wing thing.
I did some feats over here, and it's like it's always like the bit that touches the ground is always a little bit like squared up with the ground, and like a little bit of like pudge on either side from being squished into the ground and stuff.
Yeah. I can see you sort of can understand what I was trying to do, but yeah, lower down I think makes a bit more sense.
I mean, though, though we'll say all this said, if you do like how CPC did the tail here, don't gotta worry
Just
about
ignore
that
it.
at all.
I always use the tail to cover up my stuff. Like,
I mean, sometimes like
Yeah, that's what it probably
getting
looked
the
better,
tail
but
in it.
I'm always trying to avoid doing that, and I guess sometimes it's a detriment where like I should just have it covering it, but I'm like, no, I have to show everything.
always cheat,
Like, that's-
always.
It's not even about cheating. Sometimes like just the tail being flat on the ground indicates sitting, because it's like, well, if the animal's butt is making direct contact with the ground, the part that sticks out with hair is gonna make direct contact with the ground. So that sells the sitting.
But
even
it's
more.
it's sort of like a passive thing, like it's tucked up around her. I kind of get that.
But in contrast to that, there's no point in making sense of Pinkie Pie, because she makes no sense. So if she suddenly hovers off the ground at all times, that also is canon.
I mean, in this picture, she is sitting on the moon, like breathing,
Yeah, it's
and
just the gravity. It's slowly letting her go.
like she's breathing and not
Goodbye.
needing to worry about food or water. So like
It's-
oftentimes doesn't make the most sense.
Well, she
It's-
has
it's
candy
really-
to her mane.
Yeah, it's really interesting with this tail. This like the way that the dark blue thing is done. It feels like the snake's body, how it's like folds in back on itself and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have drawn many a time.
Yeah, lots and lots of course.
Oh yeah, I think Pinkie's tail is something I always sort of struggled a little bit with. Like I don't have too much trouble with it, but it has a very specific shape in the show, and I'm always trying to like replicate that exactly, rather than I think everything with Pinkie Pie I try to like try and replicate it how it looks in the show as close as I possibly can without. She has a helmet now, sweet. Rather than thinking about how things can be more like interpreted or fluid or whatever. Like with other characters, I'll be like, oh, it makes more sense if I draw them this way. But Pinkie, it's like, no, she's so iconic. She needs to look this way. Let's say O2 over and over again. Or it's bubbles.
Oxygen.
You've drawn the
God,
oxygen
sorry.
floating around in the suit, and it literally forms the words O2.
Yep. That's how science
She
works.
doesn't have it need a tank on her back. She just needs literal O2 in her.
But she could get a tank on her back.
There we go.
Or a backpack.
Much like diving spiders, where they get to store oxygen bubbles inside of their hair, Pinkie Pie
Yes.
stores it inside of her mane and tail and fluff.
Everything is in it. Like there's another dimension in this. That's where she gets her grass and air from. Candy.
She's taking the oxygen from her tail to her backpack to her helmet.
Yes.
All right, you got any further questions there for us, Fluff?
Nope.
Sweet. Well, I'm excited to see the picture done. It must be done
Thank
one
you.
day.
It should be done soon.
Right now. Go, go, go.
Okay, bye.
All right. Next up, we got a picture by
Oh god, the creepy face.
that random pony. I was in the middle of this a while back and I forgot about it somehow. I don't know. I was just wondering if it's any good and input is appreciated. Smiley face. Yeah. So it's good. You got horse. Horse is good. So thus it's good, right? Through transitive properties. Now you got some good clean lines here. I like that you've used a large sketchbook and you've decided to use all of its space. That's good. Paper's
It
cheap.
is a good.
Use it.
I think the TLDR is you drew, therefore it is good. That
Yeah.
anytime anyone asks that question, it's like you're drawing, it's good.
Also, Ghost
Keep,
X zombie. Interesting idea.
Keep in mind these sorts of poses where like ponies are like interacting really closely are always really difficult because you need to like keep both in mind and do all that sort of stuff. So they're gonna look really weird and really strange and be really hard to do, and that's okay. That's fine. You can lean her more into it, and like bring these hooves like sort of back here, like she's like stretching forward to reach, and that might be like a way to make it feel a little bit more into it and all that sort of stuff. That's a bit extreme. Yeah.
Basically, second, like you got to move the ponies' faces together a bit more, because you have stretched out this one's muzzle quite a bit to do that kiss.
She's
Now-
become an auntie.
She is a ghost. Maybe this is part of her.
I was gonna say she's a bit amorphous probably. She
Yeah.
just smoke really.
But personally, I would just move it closer, and I would just mimic the muzzle on the other one. Now they got to turn their head. That is a thing because they got these big like schnozzes. It doesn't really work for just like kiss on kiss. So they turn heads. That's the common way of doing it. I'd grab references, but I'm not gonna hop on Derby Brew right now and just like dig for all of that. But that's my suggestion. Go grab references. There's a lot of them. And if you turn on the Safe for Work filter, there's a lot less of them, but they're kinder to your eyeballs.
Yeah, definitely for ponies interacting and such, it's really good to get those references in, especially if you're unfamiliar with a lot of the anatomy, and just like if you're unfamiliar with placing characters in a scene, because it's something that you will get better at over time of drawing and drawing and drawing. But when it's still, even when it's hard, or when it's easy, get references. References are your friend.
Yeah.
The reference.
Spending 5 minutes gathering references saves a lot of time. And headaches. Even if you don't end up like relying on the reference a lot, it's super useful. One of the what was it? Abraham Lincoln said if you gave him an hour to chop a tree, it'd spend like 30 minutes sharpening his axe or something like that. Same idea. Make sure your tools are ready. Make sure everything's prepped and good, and you're in a good spot to get going because it's going to help you get going quicker.
There is something as well with like muzzles, trying to like make them kiss. It's like you tend to need to have some like different action between the two heads. Like for example, this thing, one of the heads is like leaning back this way towards us, and the other one's like leaning away from us. To get those muzzles to like not hit each other, or like you could have someone leaning a bit forwards and a bit backwards and all that sort of stuff, or whatever. I don't know. Muzzles are hard.
They are.
I've always struggled with drawing characters kissing. It's so difficult.
Isn't it though? It's because like the thing is you have to get the weird angles, right? Like Pixie's saying, like the heads are not gonna be like side to side perfectly unless you have like one of those, I don't know, really silhouetted, like almost cartoony pictures of just like nose to nose. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's something I feel like I'd see in a commercial or something. Yeah, no, it's hard. Muzzles, you don't exactly see horses making out in the wild, so there's not it's made up. It's very made up. There's not a function for that. Yeah.
Stuff is difficult.
Yeah.
There's the good thing is that there's a lot of other ways to like show affection and that sort of stuff. Like, you know, even from the first episode, we see like Twilight like tucking her, or actually Celestia tucking her head down like between or like around Twilight's a little bit or something like that. And like, you know, you can just boot muzzles together and all that sort of stuff, so you don't need to go to kiss. You can also do a lot of interesting stuff because they're horses. But it's a good picture. Good draw. Good draw, and good luck drawing in the future, and show us more draws. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Good job on using pencil and like erasing stuff and all that sort of thing. Don't be worried to mess around and experiment and try stuff out and erase things. That's all good.
All right. Shall we move on to our next one?
Yeah.
Thanks, pigs. Also, word of advice: kissing with horns, not like the easiest. I'm pretty sure you're gonna end up just like stabbing each other's heads.
No, you just nuzzle into the part on the forehead between the bridge of the nose and the horn. It's like a perfect little nuzzle spot.
And then you stab the brain.
Stab.
Shot to the
What if you just like ram your heads together, like front on, as if you're in a jousting competition? And sure.
Yes.
Isn't that how
Is that how you kiss?
normally? Like that's how you kiss normally. I don't understand.
All
Have to get a head start. Just run towards it.
A head start.
We're gonna kiss. Here we go.
Beautiful. Y'all beautiful.
You wake up, like look at the calendar, like you roll your head over. Look at the calendar. It says February 14th. You're like, oh god! Partner just bursts through the door, through the wall like a Kool-Aid man with their head low, like ah.
Actually, though, thinking about it, like unicorns with horns, right? You think other horned animals, like they actually ram their horns together for stuff in different. Like, sure, it's usually like challenging testosterone, whatever. But like, hey, Magical Pony World. Who knows? Like, it could just be a horn thing.
Magical Pony World.
They're probably sensitive.
Yeah, probably.
I'll just leave you with that conversation ended.
All right. Well, with that, before I have to edit anything, we're gonna move on to our next picture. This is by Spooky Mishi. Spooky Mishi.
This is so
Bye,
J-pop.
Mom. Have a good night. Yes, and it's Fluttershy as a girl.
Well, I mean, I think Nimi is a human girl.
girl.
Nani question
This is
girl's human girl.
such a creative and fun piece. Like, there's so much going on, and it's so creative and fun.
I love the
love it.
colors. They're
Yeah.
really nice colors.
And the design of the pony is like if you tried to chibi-ize a horse even more than it already is. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Everything about this picture is just like adorable.
Soft.
Yeah.
I like because of
Stop.
corn wings. I think they might be supposed to be feathers, or maybe they are supposed to be, but it's like an accessory, right? It's like it doesn't look to me like it's actually her wings, like it's part of the outfit.
So I have an important question. Do overall
Andy.
skirts exist? Is that a real thing?
Yes.
I hope
Yes.
so.
Because that
Cute.
that is super cute.
It is super cute.
Really
Deserving of a hug.
Awesome picture. Really cool job. Right here, I just like made this bit go out here, just because I sort of expect the body to like sort of go a little bit more in like a bit of a smooth curve like that. So I'd sort of expect that to be like that. But you know, it could go in. It's just that this here makes it like if there is anything there, it's all hidden away. So can't really tell. It looks really good. Fluttershy's eyes are really cool. This human Fluttershy's eyes, I'm not quite sure where she's looking. It's a little bit off to like the side of it. It's hard to do when you've got like the pupils this big. But this eye is in a pretty good spot. It is like looking up because the pupil is like going into the top of the eye a whole bunch. But if you wanted to like look at the camera similar to how Photoshop you can do something like this, and that might be interesting.
So I'm playing around with the hands a little bit. I almost want to say for this style, I would do less lines. I know you have a lot of these nice fold lines going on in the hand, but it almost makes them feel a little like wrinkly and old. Where this is very like already cartoony and such. I think you could take away that kind of detail and like, if I were to redraw this large hand, oh, someone's already doing it. If you were to redraw that. Yeah, and then you have to draw the 10,000 little hands on the nub.
Oh no.
But yeah, if I were to like redraw this hand, I'm trying to see like, okay. So the initial box, if I follow the palm here, is something like this if I'm following the palm. So there might just be a little touch up of anatomy that needs to be looked at here, which, you know, it's no big deal. Every bane of it, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out hands myself. Hands are hard, but don't give up. They won't defeat you. They'll never defeat any of us. The hands.
We can do it.
They defeated me. I just only draw mittens
No.
now. Every person is wearing mittens.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
All the time.
Yeah.
It's just
I'll
always perpetually Christmas.
All my humans are wearing fursuits. It's fine.
But yeah, less can be more. And hands, you want to keep adding details so they feel more convincing, but even less bumps on the ridges here. Less defining, because the more define you add, the more wrinkles and the bumps and stuff. It's kind of like an older hand, because you look at an older person's hand, there's a lot more ridges, bumps, wrinkles. But if you look at a young person's hand, there's maybe a few, and so you're already simplifying a few, so almost non-existent, basically. That makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, if you look at if you dig through Instagram and that sort of stuff, there's like a lot of artists that are really good at just like simplifying hands down to the very, very simplest forms, and like including doing things like not even defining all of the fingers properly, and just being like, you know, here is a hand, and you've got the thumb, and you've got like the index finger, and then the rest of the hand is just a bit of a mitteny glovey sort of thing. I don't know, stuff like that might be interesting to like look at as inspiration, how you draw your stuff and all that. But everything else, like, super duper fits really well. Mm-hmm. Especially these, something that you are really, really good at, and I really, really love about the stuff that you've drawn, is folds. These folds, they are super good and awesome and amazing. It's just that on the hand they make it look a little bit too old. And so like clothes, doing a little bit more of that sort of stuff on clothes is amazing and awesome and cool. And just experimenting with different hand styles and looking how different artists draw their hands and trying to figure out something with a little bit less bumps and everything might be interesting. Might help unify your style a little bit. But I do love it. It's super good. It's interesting having the corn on the end of the wings.
So that is what it looks like, huh? It's sort of candy-like.
You know, they probably just asked a squirrel and a raccoon to go gather supplies, and that's what they had.
Yes. See, now I just need to draw all of the other characters in cute dungaree skirts.
Just all of them. Done.
That's a nice hand draw right there.
Who is this? Who's doing
It me.
Damn,
Of course
girl!
it is. Ali
I've
is the
been
most skilled one.
practicing
Do you have a reference on hand?
my
On
hand,
that.
actually. I've literally been using my hand, the best reference, right in front of you.
Whoa, hold on.
But it's backwards. What do I do?
Does that mean you're How are you holding your hand?
Well, okay, you have to, okay.
Maybe we have
Ideally,
to have
I
a
would
mirror on the
love to
desk.
pull up a reference really quickly, but you can kind of twist your arm around to get a feel
Yeah.
for
mhm.
it. Um,
It's uncomfortable, but sure.
yeah, I
It's
mean, I'm
possible.
glancing at it just to kind of like I'm taking the basic shapes I see, and I'm like, okay, how can
We
I?
should have
And
like
I'm also trying
little
to.
mirrors on your desk so that you can like hold your hand up to it and get it in a different angle.
Like, I got this light up one that's called a cell phone.
Whoa, whoa. See, that's an option too. And I was also
Mhm.
just trying to follow the general pose going on here to get that feeling that they were going for with like some curled, but also the one
Mhm.
sort of lifted up.
Which is like the only pose of hands I know how to draw.
All right, we ready to squirrel our way to the next one?
I'm not a squirrel.
Okay, we ready to raccoon our way? I don't know
Sure.
what that means. How is raccoon a verb?
Everything
need
is
to
a
make it
verb
a
if you
I
want it to be.
raccoon, you raccoon, he, she, it raccoons, you know.
All right. Well, the last one submitted to us is by Miglubu, and it is more pony designs.
Yeah.
So there's 4
I re-
horses on here. I grabbed the first one because I was too lazy to click next. No,
I
but in
saw
reality-
this one and I really liked it. It looks super cool and interesting and cool. Yeah.
The fluff wins. That's why this one's chosen. If you're wondering.
Fluff.
I don't know why I like this picture more than the other ones. I mean, your last one is like Candy Gore, I think is the name, and that's always fun to look at visually because the colors, but the fact that there's this character is actually interacting with anything else inside the void is a lot of fun. And I also really wanted to ask, what is this? Oh. That. I saw it as their cutie mark initially, but the more I look at it, it's fluffy around the cutie
It
mark.
maybe it's like that she has fluff overgrowing over her cutie mark, but usually
Maybe
the color
it's,
would be like on the fluff.
It's a Steven Universe.
She's a
crossover.
gem soner.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a gem.
I don't know why,
So you get
but
a gem soner and a pony soner in one. They are fandoming us all right here.
my
what-
mind went to like it's a square soap bar that got shoved down her butt. I don't know why. I think it's the color. I see that color in soap a
It's a
lot.
piece of
maybe.
candy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
go with
no.
candy.
It's gum. Quick, someone get the peanut butter.
'Cause-
Get the
I
gum.
mean,
Oh no.
Like, they couldn't easily get back there. I mean, no, she's a unicorn, but sometimes you forget you have magic.
Yeah, that's fair.
Big cloven hooves.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It's
I
a
love
hug
cloven
button.
hoops.
Oh. I did notice the other ear has unfortunately been lost. I suspect the frog has taken it, and now they're in a stare down for it. But I've added it back in just for the sake of having an ear, because I like ears.
Yeah.
They help me listen.
You can, if you wish to, add in the other cheek here as well. Just because I think that they're at that angle where the other cheek would just slightly be showing a little bit. Not a lot, but like enough.
And I think if you wanted to, you could actually increase the volume of the hair a bit. It feels a bit flat against her head, kind of angular. And also, as well as that, just kind of put a little slit here for the horn to peek through. Otherwise, the horn's like on top of the hair itself. It doesn't have like an escape route at all. So just like a little slit usually can help cover up that opening.
Now,
It's interesting with your pictures because the pictures 3 and 4, the brown and the purple ones, those look amazing and incredible, and I love them. Everything just like really fits together super well on those two. On this one, you've sort of got a bit of a feeling of the 2D less defined forms and the like more defined forms, and they don't quite match together as well as on those two pictures. Like this all feels like super. Oh, let me pick a color that actually like shows up. All of this area feels like super well defined and all that sort of stuff. And like I think, as Ali was saying, It's just that these bits kind of just feel like bits of cardboard sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
So just messing about with I liked messing about with clouds. Actually, are a really interesting sort of test for sort of seeing how you can like overlap things and the sorts of form that you can add to something without actually like changing the shape all that, changing the external shape all that much. Might be interesting to mess around with. Ooh,
And I have a
and-
feeling I have a feeling you know how to do this. This might have just been a quick hairstyle thrown on because I'm looking through your others, like the neon one, the neon. I want to. It's sort of like Changeling Alicorn-esque that has nice volume and good like defining hair, little strippies to make it feel like it's a 3D object. And the brown one has that 2D style, but it still has those defining little like bumps and strippies. And like even the way the horn sits on the head feels really nice. Like you know how to attach the stuff, but I think just be careful about how the horn attaches through hair because I think consistently with the first one and the one at the end, the way the horn attaches just feels like it was plopped on top of the hair. So give the horn, make the horn real by making it an obstacle to the hair as well.
Very well said.
yeah, I was mentioning as well, having this like tiny little bit of stuff like coming through the thing can be like just useful and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like just having a little bit of stuff underneath the chin as well. That's just me though. I really love it when hair does that and it comes around both sides. of
It
the head.
almost it frames it. It gives a nice frame around the head.
But this is super good and super cool.
Yeah.
If you do have this kind of like a I don't know what it's called, but this like spike that comes down on this side of the head, I think I'd almost expect like similar on the other side of the head. So boom, boom. And that would also help like bring out the
Ooh,
3D
yeah.
a bit.
I like it.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Does anyone else have any other art they'd like critiqued? Any other questions they'd like to ask? Or any other commissions they'd like to send at Fluffy's Eye?
What?
I know.
Going once? Going twice? Sold to the knowest bidder.
Oh,
Whoops.
Well, thank you all for coming. And as always, we should be seeing you again next week, assuming the world hasn't ended.
hopefully.
That's a big assumption for 2020.
Boy, is
Yeah.
it ever. But we'll see what happens, and if all goes well, Fluffy's Eye won't have filled the world with fluff.
Whoa,
I mean, I'm trying.
that's a big ask.
Well,
I'm not.
another
Well, I'm
week.
trying to fill it with fluff.
So thank you all for coming. See you again next week. Bye.
Whoa.
Bye.